Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us as we're going to work on getting a Purple Martin birdhouse up. This is a S&K model, and we're also going to customize it and work on customizing a pole for it as well. Dean Family Acres. Alright guys, so we got a Purple Martin house. We've actually had this over a year and we just haven't gotten it up in time. So we need to get it up here basically the next week. So we're going to do our best to get this put together and modified the way it needs to be modified. As you can see, we're working through making sure that we have the right inventory. And for once, I'm actually reading the instructions. I know that doesn't happen very often, but figured that might be best. I'd seen online that there was a way to actually modify this particular model, Birdhouse, and so we wanted to make sure that we did the customization that was needed. This basically makes your house hold about half as many families, but it's much more attractive than others. And if you don't do these modifications, at least from our research, then you can end up basically not having Purple Martins in those particular areas anyway, because they will actually compete for each porch. So here I am yet again researching where we need to make these modifications, and essentially you're kind of opening up so that there are two house locations for each family, and then in just a little bit you will see where we actually make the modifications to the front doors as well. Surprisingly, these little push-in plastic snaps are what holds this whole plastic Martin house together. And it really was a pretty simple process. Just don't lose those push pins. If you've ever messed with much car interior stuff, basically these are very, very similar. Just make sure you're getting them in the right holes and that they actually fit in. Right here you notice we're getting the roof on, and these little tabs just click in. Pretty simple process there. Once you get these to clip in on both sides, then you actually get these push pins and you start at the top. So you'll do that on all four top areas so that it will hold it, and then you work your way down. Alright guys, so hopefully you were able to see us get this modified. So we've modified this from a 12 hole to a 6 hole. I'm not exactly sure that I got what S&K suggested in regards to how to line up these holes, but I think it'll work out alright. Essentially, you open up on the inside so that you know, they're going a certain direction, and they have actually double the amount of space. So we got that on that side. On this side, that's the layout. They do say that sometimes there's an issue in regards to having one male trying to defend that whole porch. That's why you want to space them out if at all possible. We'll see. Worst case, you know, I think the other side is perfect, and you know, maybe we'll just end up with 4 instead of that many. But I think it'll work well. Next thing, it did mention in regards to just continue to help with the protection of this is to put some Rain-X on it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put some Rain-X on the roof just to help protect that. bought it last year and didn't get it up in time. Didn't say anything about the sides, but it's still a little damp on here, so I figure I might as well just wipe it on. So after we got the house completed, we knew that we needed to do something with a pole. We had actually taken a trip a couple weeks before to get a 20-foot aluminum pole or pipe that was used for agriculture irrigation. So we knew we wanted to use that, but we're trying to figure out, all right, how in the world are we going to incorporate that and actually mount it to this house? So we decided to thriftily engineer this and use some scrap metal that we had and modify it to be able to bolt together, and then eventually we would actually bolt this onto the house and then try and figure out a way to put it onto the actual pole. We actually ended up using log home anchors to be able to connect this to the post for our muscadine vines. This isn't exactly the optimal location, but it's going to work for now. We might end up moving a little bit closer to the house in the near future, so it's a little bit further away from that maple tree that you can see there on the left. All right guys, so hopefully y'all have enjoyed our putting up a Purple Martin house and pole and how to do it without buying the $100 and something pole. Should we have bought the pole anyway? Possibly, but you know what? We're all about being frugal. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell like Mike Tyson did in the 1980s. Y'all have a good one.
Show y'all that I've been asking y'all to come and see. Like in your little birdhouse.